Hi there everybody and welcome along to the Big Quiz Night In. Tonight it is episode 40, another little milestone hit on our journey here at the Big Quiz Night In. And we're looking forward as always to welcoming people watching along live. So wherever you are, welcome along. Thank you for watching, and if you are watching a repeat of this broadcast then you need to skip ahead about 10 minutes or so. We start at about 8 o'clock, but I always open it up early so that we can welcome all the live people watching along and to give me opportunity to share the link and get that out there, as I always like to do. So I am just going to do that now, but do jump in the comments and let me know what you're drinking tonight. I know it's a Tuesday night that we record these live. People don't tend to maybe have a drink necessarily, but it is a pub quiz. So if you are interested and if you wanted to have a little drinky poos tonight, then go ahead. Let me know what you're having in the comments, even if it is just a cup of tea. Why not? Let me know what you're drinking this evening, and welcome along to you all as I share the link out there into the wide world across all the Facebook pages where I share it. And I hope you're all doing well. Hope you're keeping well. Did you have a good weekend? And how have things been? Just get in the comments and let's start the conversation before we get into tonight's quiz. The subjects we're going to do this evening, as always, are up there at the top. That's something I've been doing over the last couple of quiz nights, and I think it's working quite well. So let me know what you think of the new layout. There's something new in the bottom right hand corner, which you may have seen me share already if you have been online at all today, but that's exciting for me and I'll be talking about that later too. And as always with our quiz nights, we have a nominated charity as well, which again I will bring up in a bit, but that is Secret Santa 365. So if you would like to support the quiz in any way, first of all I ask that you give a little bit of money to Secret Santa 365. The link is in the description of this video. I'll share it throughout the night as well. And the other thing is every other link you could possibly need around about the Big Quiz Night In will also be in the description. So, but of course I'll be talking about all of them as we go through this evening. And let's see who we've got so far. So, because the link has now been shared out there. So we've got Matthew, welcome along. Para Nurse is in the house. Matthew and Anna, good evening to you all. Andy's here too. And a few others have been joining, but do get in the comments and let me know, guys, before we start tonight, who's here, what you've been up to. Let's have a chat. We've got about 8 minutes to go until we start, and we're going to kick off as always with Abby asking a question. My daughter's here again. She's got a fun little question for you to start the show as per usual, and then from there we'll get into the first round, which is a potluck round. So yeah, looking forward to kicking off tonight. Every Tuesday we do these now, with the exception of the last Tuesday of the month. Last Tuesday of the month will be the Patreon only quiz night. So with the exception of that, we'll be here every Tuesday from about this time, 7:45, give or take a few minutes. Going live with the first questions from 8 o'clock. So welcome along. Vernier's here representing half a dozen. Good evening to that team. Good evening from Blackpool Bar Stewards. Hello to you. Junior's there as well saying hi. I hope you're all doing well. Looking forward to bringing you another great quiz tonight. I did put out a post the other day about what people's favourite quiz subjects were, just to get a bit of conversation going on the main page. We talk about it sometimes on the top fan group, and I take your suggestions there whenever you want. But a couple of them that came out were things like the connections round and Our Survey Says, so I thought I would bring that back tonight because it's been a while since we did that. That reminds me, I just need to get my sound effects board ready for you all so we can do that later on. So that's fine. We should be able to do that. And yeah, there's going to be fun. Good little lineup tonight. And I hope we have a good turnout. We have been struggling because we moved to Tuesdays recently. Since the pub quiz I normally work at is now started up again. So I'm back there at the King's Head and Bell in Abingdon every Thursday and every Sunday. No longer been able to do those live in terms of broadcasting. And so we had to switch to Tuesday nights. And yeah, we'll just have to keep them at Tuesday nights for now. It's just the most easiest night for me to do that. What are you saying, my darling? My daughter's here with me. What is it?
Screen's frozen.
The what?
The screen on your Chromebook.
What about it?
It's frozen.
Oh, it's frozen. It has, hasn't it? Very good. Well spotted. That's fine. We can sort that out. I don't know what we're going to do about that, though. We might have to reset. I don't know. But that's okay. The phone's still working, so I can see everything there. I wonder. Might have to do a whole reset on my Chromebook. That's not going to be a good start to the evening. Hopefully it'll catch up in a minute. We'll see what happens. But yeah, we'll get in the comments because I can see on my phone, which is a nice change, isn't it? Now that that's all working again. Jenny and Peter, are you here? Yes, tag them in. Get more people watching along before we start this evening's quiz. Please, by all means, do that. Do you know what? I'm going to have to reboot my Chromebook, I think. It's not happy at all, is it? It has frozen. So that's my other screen, though. It's not going to affect the broadcast. So just give us a moment while we do that. Shouldn't take me too long to get that back up, and then we'll be cracking on with this evening's quiz. No, it's fine, darling. Don't worry. We'll be good to go. Yeah, James Bailey. Where's James as well? That's a very good point. We do need to get James back on here. I'm sure he'll have some erasure news for us as well, like he always seems to. Yeah, and Diva's here now too. Hello to Diva. Hope you're doing okay. Just get this Chromebook back up again and then we'll be ready to go. Jordan Squires now. Jordan Squires, somebody saying hello. Matthew saying hello to him. Keep tagging people, by the way. If you want people to be watching and maybe they haven't seen the notification, do keep tagging people in. Get them to join the video. That would be great. Get some new people watching as well. That would be nice to add to the usual crowd. All well here, Diva says. That's good to know. Good to know. Thank you as always for your little quiz contributions. Even when you don't know the answers, I love the fact that people like yourself, Diva, you always comment and say that you enjoyed listening and then look forward to the answers, and that means a lot. Right, I think we're all right now. We've got everything back up and running, pretty much. Things are just loading back up now on the Chromebook side of things, so that's good. Roz is here. Hello to Roz. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for watching. Hope you can stick around this evening. And yeah, we're going to be starting in 4 minutes time now, give or take 4 minutes time. We'll get with Abby's question first, and then we'll be moving into the potluck round. Round number 1 this evening will be potluck. Usual kind of potluck round, usual kind of format that you've had in the last couple of quizzes. So a lot of you will be used to that kind of format of a quiz round for general knowledge to kick things off. I think it's always quite nice actually to have a bit of general knowledge, a little bit of something for everybody, and then I change the other rounds. You can see there's a picture round there as well. Picture round will change every week too, just like every other live show. That will be shared afterwards though. It's not something we do live, but as soon as the live show's finished, then I go on to the Facebook group Big Quiz Night In and I share that for you there. So you can all have a little picture round to work with throughout the rest of the evening. And then of course they stay up there, so you can just share them with whoever you want to, of course. You can share them with whoever. They're all in the same album, actually. I don't know if anybody realised that, but they're all shared into the same album. Here we go. Look, we're back. We've got everything back. That's good to know.
Hopefully it doesn't freeze again.
Hopefully it doesn't freeze again. Quite right. Let me go back to your question, Abby. Might need to sort that back out. Oh no, there we go. We're good. We're good. We've got everything back. Thank goodness for Chromebooks and their crash failure technology. Devises Uno and half of tonight's topic, joining forces again. Good to welcome you here. Welcome, Tony. And is it to Charlotte as well, I guess? Fair play. Is there anybody else here watching along, I wonder? Who else have we got joining in this evening? I'm on the Heineken again this evening. That's my usual kind of pub quiz drink of choice from my Thunder Horse branded goblet. I don't know if we'll have anybody from Thunder Horse on this evening. We shall see. I wonder. Let me just see if I can tag some of them in the comments as well. And we'll see how it goes. Tony says yes. Yeah, I thought so. Great stuff. Let's see if we can. Any Thunder Horse team members tonight? Let's get quizzical. Are finally back. We've missed you all. Oh, Nicola, welcome along. We've missed you too. Yeah, I was just saying actually, we've struggled really with Tuesday nights since we shifted them to Tuesdays. So I really hope we can encourage everybody to rejoin. Tuesday nights isn't normally the typical night to go out, so it's quite nice, I think, to have the Big Quiz Night In on a night where people would typically not go out and therefore have a night in. But it's getting them to get used to that concept, I think. Anyway, I've just tagged a few of the Thunder Horse crew in there. We'll see what happens there. And also, my old mate Bill, we should have the barking dogs here. Bill said he was joining this evening, so he'll be with us soon, I hope. I've just tagged him in the comments too. And we'll see how that goes. And we've got 1 more minute to go, and then we're going to kick off with Abby's question. So good luck to you with that one. Let me just get the camera adjusted again, since I reset things. And then we'll make a start, I think. Turn that brightness up there. Okay, we're good to go, I think. So we'll just wait until... Oh, yeah, she was watching. It has ticked over now to 8 o'clock. So let's bring in Abby and we'll ask Abby's question. I'll put it in the comments as well at the same time she asks it so that there's no delay. All you need to do for this one, if you haven't seen Abby ask a question here before at the start of the show, she's going to ask you a question. I'll put it in the comments at the same time and you answer this one in the comments, okay? First one to answer it gets themselves a bonus point just to start off the show. So the first correct answer we see in the comments, and that'll be it. Okay, and then we'll crack on with potluck. So here's Abby, everybody. Say hello to Abby.
Hi.
Oh, Diva says hello, Abby. Nicola says usually Tuesday will be our best night because it fits nicely around everything else, but it's been a busy few weeks and one thing and another. Of course, yeah, that's fine. No, I'm glad it's going to work for you hopefully in the long term. Andy says hi to Abby as well. Okay, so there's a question there on screen for you. Maddie's saying hi too, and Anna as well. That's lovely. Right, let me copy that. I'm going to put it in the comments. I'm not going to post it until she's asked it though, so go for it.
Which fast food chain opened its first restaurant in 1976?
There we go. Say it again. It's in the comments now as well.
Which fast food chain opened its first restaurant in 1976?
There we go. Answers in the comments for this one, for Abby's little question to start the show off. Good evening to Bill. He says hi to us both. Glad you could make it, mate.
Got an itchy nose.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay, darling. Eric says, Eric's first in with a guess. He also says hi to you, Abby. So, Eric says McDonald's. Anna said Burger King. James has said evening all. Heidi High Campus. Maddie's gone with Wimpy. Pete has said McDonald's. James has also basically said McDonald's. So, who was the first person to get it correct? This one.
Anna Hills.
Hillis.
Hillis.
Anna, it was Burger King. Well done. Anna's the first one to say Burger King. She's got it right.
I thought some people would have gone for KFC, to be honest. I'm very shocked.
I know. Wow, I didn't see anybody say that. Andy says Sammy's Kebab Van. Unfortunately, I don't know. Actually, maybe it was. Maybe they were there as well back then. I have no idea. I miss having Sammy's, that's for sure, though. Well done, everybody that said Burger King. It didn't look like many of you did. I think Anna looked to have been the only one from the comments that have come in so far. You right there?
No.
Right. Put that over there. Right. There we go. All right, we're going to crack on then with the first round. Anna says, I have to confess that was Matt, not me. Okay. It was Matt Hillis, actually, but Anna posted it on Anna's comments, so that's okay. No worries. Yeah, great question, Pete says. Thank you. Okay, we'll say goodbye to everybody then, and we'll see you next week. Yeah? 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 Okay. All right then. I'll see you later, darling. And we'll crack on with potlucks, round number 1. Goodbye, my darling.
Daddy,
Yeah, go on.
I've got a bit of a question about the picture rounds.
Okay, well, can it wait? Is there waiting to do the quiz? We'll talk about it later. Go on. Off you go, darling, please. All right. Round number 1 then is potluck. Bye-bye to Abby. Yes, please give lots of likes and love hearts and things like that for Abby. That would be much appreciated. All the little emotion reactions, the emoji reactions really do help out the show, and Facebook algorithms put it in front of more people if it gets more likes and whatnot. So that's always appreciated. I don't talk about that often enough lately, actually. And I think the statistics have suffered as a result of it, just thinking about it out loud now. But anyway, potluck is round number 1. This time round, if you are new to this, just keep the answers to yourself. You don't need to put these in the comments. Keep your answers to yourself. When we get to the end of the quiz round, I will then go through the answers. I'll allow any repeats as well you like. You can ask for repeats in the comments. And at the end of the round, I will do those for you. And then we'll see how well you did. You mark your own scores, obviously. Put your scores and your team name in the comments. and then from there we'll see who did well and who perhaps didn't do so well. If you choose to submit your scores in the comments, we'll celebrate with those who did well and commiserate with those who didn't, but hopefully we'll all have fun along the way. And we've just got over to 23 or so, 20 or so different devices watching, so that's okay. And yes, Chris from Blackpool was checking in. Glad you could join us as well. So let's make a start then with the potluck round. Here we go. Question number 1. Which 2 colours are the stripes on the national flag of Spain? 1 point for each. Which 2 colours are the stripes on the national flag of Spain? You get 1 point for each on that one. The 2 colours on the national flag of Spain. Yes, Anna, you can give yourself an extra point for Burger King. That is essentially how it works. I'm yet to decide whether it's worth doing something else or not. It's really just a bit of fun to get my daughter involved in what I do. So, yeah, for now, you get to give yourself a bonus point. I guess in the first round. It's up to you, really. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Question 2 now. Which creatures gather collectively in a flange? Is it beavers, baboons, or bison? Anna says 10 points would be better. Well, all right, well, don't tell anybody. Which creatures, for number 2, gather collectively in a flange? Is it beavers, baboons, or bison? Unfortunately, my light is flickering, which is kind of frustrating. I hope it doesn't affect the image too much for you guys. Tracy says, I nearly missed the start. We're just finishing our tea. Andy bought a sourdough loaf. Was like chewing a brick. Oh dear, it wasn't a very fresh one then. Anna says your secret's safe. How did Matt guess Burger King correctly? What was his inspiration? James says. Yeah, nobody else guessed Burger King. Maybe you remembered the fact, I think we may have talked about it on the show before, that we're a Burger King family when it comes to fast food. That's our go-to of choice. If we're going to go to any of the big fast food chains out there, we would always go there rather than any of the others. Question number 3 now for 2 points. Which 2 words combine to create the new word pixel? Which 2 words combine to create the new word pixel? 1 point for each. Anna says that Matthew says he is a genius. Okay. All right. He just knows a lot about fast food. Okay. Maybe. I don't know. There's a little fly in here. That's really annoying. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. Number 4 now. Number 4 is multiple choice for you. Is an Irish Kerry Blue a type of dog, a type of pig, or a cheese? Anna says no comment. Is an Irish Kerry Blue a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? I mean, really, we could have done multiple choice and you would still have all come forward with the same guesses, right? So one of you was bound to get it right. But I am surprised only one of you said Burger King. That is a surprise, in fairness. I thought we'd have mostly McDonald's or Burger King. But yeah. There we go. Yes, so is an Irish Kerry Blue a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese? That is question 4. Question number 5. Which American city is known as Big D? Which American city is known as Big D? Your next question is question 6. And question 6 is for 5 points. Which 5 boroughs make up the city of New York? Which 5 boroughs make up the city of New York? I'll give you a little bit more thinking time on that one. I am aware I might be going through these too quickly, so we will do repeats at the end, of course. Just gives me time to waffle on in between the questions a bit as well. Let you have that thinking time. Speaking of hashtag waffle on, Have you seen the merch store? Remember last week, for those who were here? Sales have been made, which is lovely to see, from my merch store with the new design of the waffle on design, which has got my little avatar character here holding the plates of waffles. It's quite fun putting that together. Yeah, so it's nice to see that's gone down well with some people. Thank you very much for that. Every little bit helps. It's all going to help me to improve the technology I use to deliver quiz nights to you. And that reminds me, speaking of technology, is something I need to talk about there as well a bit later on. I'll add that to my little list of things to chat about. But I'll do the next question first. So, question number 7 is a spelling test for you. Spell the word apostrophe correctly, obviously. Spell the word apostrophe. Okay, right. Yes, spell the word apostrophe correctly. We don't often have spelling test kind of questions. It's quite nice to get those in every now and then. Wouldn't do a whole round of it though. That could get a bit boring, I think. Question number 8. Question number 8 is to name the year, and you get 2 points if you get it exactly right. Okay. Name the year that all these things happened. The same year. Jeremy Corbyn being elected as Labour leader. The Smiler roller coaster crashed in Alton Towers, and Kanye West headlined at Glastonbury. Name the year. All those 3 things happened in the same year. Jeremy Corbyn being elected as Labour leader, the Smiler roller coaster crashed at Alton Towers, and Kanye West headlined Glastonbury. Have a guess. Name the year. Yes, we've got a few different little things to talk about throughout the evening. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we've already talked about one thing. So, yeah, a few things to keep the conversation going between questions. You know, I don't like there to be what's called dead air when I just sit here in silence and expect you to have answered the question and then I'll move on. It's a bit weird then if people drop in and think, what's going on here? Some random guy with a big beard just sat there in silence. Doesn't work like that. Can't do it. Right, question number 9 is for 3 points. Which US cities were the first to be nicknamed the City of Angels, the City by the Bay, and the City of Brotherly Love? 1 point for each. Which US cities were the first to be nicknamed the City of Angels, the City by the Bay, and the City of Brotherly Love? Now, if anybody came to the quiz at the King's Head and Bell a week ago, I want to say, maybe Thursday last week, we actually did a guest round of US cities, and there's some crossover here with a couple of these questions, because obviously they wouldn't normally be done in the same pubs. So some of you might have a bit of an advantage there. I think those are the only ones. There may be one more that's connected, but sometimes when these quiz rounds are written, a lot of the same trivia can go cross round if they're not going to be used in the same pubs. So just bear that in mind. If you think any of these sound familiar, that's why. Question number 10. How many zeros are there in 1 trillion? How many zeros are there in 1 trillion? The rest of the questions in this round are all multiple point questions, so loads of points up for grabs in this one. I think it might be out of 37, give or take. Yeah, might have to double check that. I'm sure somebody's counting for me, right? All right, question number 11 now. Put these roasted birds into the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first. Chicken, duck, and turkey. Put these roasted birds into the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first. Chicken, duck, and turkey. It's nice to see plenty of those emojis coming up there. Thank you for that. do keep that going through the evening. If you've not done so already, just give that like button a tap, or any of the other buttons, preferably the positive ones. Don't like negativity around here. If you have anything negative to say, private message me and we'll sort that out. There's no need for negativity here. This is a positive place. I hope it always will be. But yes, if you could do anything in terms of promoting what I do here, giving a little like on this video and all the live videos I do really helps it out. So thank you, especially when we're struggling for numbers on Tuesday nights. Now we moved here. Question 12 now for 4 points. In which US cities and states are the Disneyland Park and Disney World's Magic Kingdom theme park? So Disneyland and Disney World, what city and what state are they both in? So that's 4 points in total. Have a guess at that one. I think that's the other one that crossed over with that cities round I did at the pub the other day. Okay, Jan, to be clear for our international friends, we count million, billion, trillion. Yeah. I think I did a little bit of research into this, and it used to be that our approach to numbers of that magnitude was slightly different to America's, and I don't know about the rest of the world, but more and more I read into it, it seems we're more kind of aligning ourselves into how the Americans do it. So yeah, it would be that way. I don't know of any other way, to be honest, but that's how I'm counting it, okay? Million, billion, trillion. So how many zeros would there be? I'm probably going to give you the answer in a bit, and then you'll tell me that it's wrong. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, your next question then is question 13. This one's for 2 points. Which 2 letters of the NATO phonetic alphabet can you regularly see on the BBC's Strictly Come Dancing? Which 2 letters of the NATO phonetic alphabet could you regularly see on the BBC's Strictly Come Dancing? Yeah, Old British had it the same as Central Europe, but currently I think it's changed. Yeah, I think it has. I think we've aligned ourselves with the American way of doing things, which is unusual, I think, because normally we stay separate in these things, like the way we spell words, as I think we've spoken about before on this show, about the differences and where that all stem from. But in this sense, I think we have aligned ourselves with how they count, which is crazy to think we count in the same way, but at the same time we don't. There we go. Every day's a school day. Question 14 now for 3 points. According to J.K. Rowling, what is Lord Voldemort's real name? According to J.K. Rowling, what is Lord Voldemort's real name? The standard answer for pub quiz regulars is accepted, of course. Regulars at the pub quiz will know that we have an ongoing joke about how some of us don't really care for Harry Potter. So whenever I do a Harry Potter question, they say, to put it politely, who cares, as their answer, and I jokingly accept it. Of course, I don't really accept it, because that would be cheating. But yeah, it's quite funny for those of us who don't really like Harry Potter. Question 15, your final question, is for 6 points. The chemical symbols of which 6 elements spell the word Chicago when placed next to each other? The chemical symbols of which 6 elements spell the word Chicago when placed next to each other? Name the 6 elements. So if you wrote them down in order, the way the word Chicago is spelt, you get 1 point for each. Diva's laughing at Harry Potter. Diva, don't tell me that's the one thing you do like when you don't like a lot of the other geeky stuff that we sometimes talk about in my quizzes. Or are you siding with us that you're not really a fan of it either? Okay, so that's the end of the round. Let me know if you want any repeats. Whilst I'm waiting for you to say that, one of the things I wanted to mention tonight, you may have been involved in my quizzes before where I've played to you a music round during the quiz. Yeah, Diva says never read Harry Potter. Okay, fair play. There's been a recent announcement, like literally today, about 5 o'clock I read this, thanks to James for sharing it with me from Keep Calm and Listen In. Facebook are bringing in tighter restrictions on the way they handle music and DJs who broadcast music over Facebook Live and Instagram Live and all their products, to the tune of much stricter punishments if you're caught doing it. Your whole channel could basically be taken down now. Or as of the 1st of October, your whole channel could be taken down. That is obviously something that James in particular, but also myself, are very keen to avoid. It's just not a good idea. So I will no longer do music rounds on these videos at all. I might do stuff that is audio but not music, like I've done before, where you get snippets of cartoon villains and stuff like that. But I won't do music rounds where I could be risked getting my whole channel taken down, because it's just not worth it. So that's effective the 1st of October, but I'm going to make a start on that now. However, if you like the music rounds, and I know a lot of you do, you may also be aware that I've been sharing them on Limor as part of my little quizzes. There's no restrictions on Limor. So what I'm going to keep doing is sharing them on Limor every day after every quiz I do at the pub, because I get sent the audio music round as a downloadable file now, and then I can upload that into Limor and share it as a little quiz. So when I do my quiz on a Thursday, I can then share it on a Friday, and when I do my quiz on a Sunday, I can share it on the Monday. So that means you'll always get yourself 2 music rounds every week on the Friday and a Monday as the little quiz. And if it's in between seasons of the little quiz, because I do 50 episodes at one every day, then I have a break, and then I do another 50 for another season, I'll still post those music rounds as bonus casts, I guess you could call them. All right. I will still share them outside of the top fan group as well. So it's not just the top fans that have access to those. The main page will have them too. And I share them on Twitter at Big Quiz Night In. So you can, even if you haven't got the Limor app, you can still click and listen to the little quiz. You can't reply in the comments in Limor unless you've got the app, which is free, by the way. But you can always listen to it for free. And then I post the answers in the comments just like I do for every other little quiz. Okay? And that's later on in the evening again. So you're never going to be without the music rounds, but I will never do on Facebook Live. I'll never do a music round. Now those rules are coming in. It's not worth losing the whole channel over it. I'm sure you agree. Okay, let me just see your comments. I don't think any repeats came in, bar James's one by the looks of it, but let me go through them. Yes, boo Facebook, I love the music round. Yeah, well Tracy, you see I post them, don't you, in the top fan group, so you're not going to miss out. It just won't be in these videos. James asked for 2 and 3. I got distracted by my wife returning from her new tennis lesson. Oh, that's okay. All right, so let's do 2 and 3, and then we'll do the answers. And yes, thanks for the workaround, Diva says. It's not worth it. So yeah, I hope you all understand that. As much as I would love to do them. That'll lead on to something else though in a moment. So here we go with the answers for the first round. Mark them off as we go. Post your scores in the comments. Let's see how well you did with round number 1. Question 1, which 2 colours are the stripes on the national flag of Spain? It is red and yellow. Question 2, which creatures gather collectively in a flange? Is it... I'm sorry, I'm supposed to repeat these. I'm sorry, James. Question 2 and 3 I'll repeat. Which creatures gather collectively in a flange? Is it beavers, baboons, or bison? That was number 2. Number 3 was which 2 words combine to create the new word pixel? I'll give you a bit of time to think about that, and then I'll come back to the rest of the answers. So James obviously let me know from Keep Calm Listen In. He's been broadcasting every day pretty much through the summer holidays at least, his own radio show, playing music and having to find workarounds to not get taken down by Facebook. Now these rules are going to take away his channel if he carries on doing it. We think we've found another way around it, but it means taking you away from Facebook to do it. There's a site called Mixcloud or something. Yeah, mixcloud.com. If you pay like £15 a month, you can basically stream pretty much whatever music you want, with a video as well to it. So he might be able to do everything through there, and it'll be perfectly legal. So that will be amazing. And if that happens, maybe I could look into start doing more music related things that way. Maybe. But that just depends on how these live shows go, I think. So there are potential workarounds. Okay, James, you've had your time now. I'm going to go through the answers. Question 2 was a flange of baboons. Question 3 was picture and element form to make pixel. Question 4 is an Irish Kerry Blue, a type of dog, a pig, or a cheese. It's a dog. It's a terrier. Question 5, which American city is known as Big D? That is Dallas. Question 6, which 5 boroughs make up the city of New York? They are 1 point for each here: Brooklyn, the Bronx, Manhattan, Queens, and Staten Island. Andy says, yeah, I've heard of that. I listen to a DJ online. He always posts that we should go to Mixcloud to avoid interruption. Yes, people should, definitely. Yeah, they're a much smaller UK-based company from what I heard, and so they'll need all the support they can to keep it legal. So, yeah, I think it's about £15 a month to stream. Obviously, it's free to watch. Charlie says, I'm late, but hi, welcome. Nice to have some more Cell Marketeer representation. Okay, the rest of your answers. Apostrophe for number 7 is spelt APOSTROPHE. For the avoidance of doubt, in case you misheard me, there it is in the comments. Number 8, Jeremy Corbyn was elected Labour leader, the Smiler roller coaster crashed at Alden Towers, and Kanye West headlined at Glastonbury. Name the year, and give yourself 2 points if you got it exactly right. 2015. 2015. Question number 9 was the US cities that had the nicknames City of Angels, City by the Bay, and City of Brotherly Love. It is Los Angeles, the City of Angels. The City by the Bay is San Francisco, and the City of Brotherly Love is Philadelphia. I need to look up why it's called that, because when I read that out in the pub the other week, it got a little laugh erupting around the pub. So I don't know why it's called that, but it is. I'm going to check that out. I must remember that. Question 10. How many zeros are there in a trillion? There are 12 zeros in 1 trillion. Question 11. Put these roasted birds into the correct order with the fewest calories per 100 grams first. I gave you 3 to choose from: chicken, duck, and turkey. And the correct order is turkey with 189, then chicken with 219, then duck with 337. Question 12. In which US cities and states are Disneyland and Disney World theme parks in America? They are Anaheim, California, and Orlando, Florida. So Disneyland and Disney World. Anaheim, California, Orlando, Florida, for 4 points in total. Question 13. Which 2 letters of the NATO phonetic alphabet can you regularly see on BBC's Strictly Come Dancing? That is Foxtrot and Tango. Of course it is. Easy when you know the answer, hey? And question 14 was, according to J.K. Rowling, what is Lord Voldemort's real name? It is Tom Marvolo Riddle. 1 point for each correct part of the name for that one, so 3 in total. Tom Marvolo Riddle. And finally, question 15. The chemical symbols of which 6 elements spell the word Chicago when placed next to each other? 1 point for each. It is, in this order, carbon, hydrogen, iodine, carbon again, so you have to put it twice, then silver, because that's Ag, and finally oxygen for the O at the end of Chicago. Carbon, hydrogen, iodine, carbon, silver, oxygen. There we go. There's your answers. Tally up your scores. Let me know how well you did. I'll grab my next beer and then we'll be right back with the next round. And any other comments I may have missed as well. Let me know the scores and your team names in the comments now, please. Right. Let's see how you did. Whilst we wait for those to come in, you may notice, as I hinted at earlier on, there's a new icon in the bottom right-hand corner. I'm going to be using that corner, I think, just to, if I've got anything else to promote and to talk about, that's where I'll put it. Oh, Jan says he confused helium with hydrogen. Oh no, that could have thrown off the whole thing. See your scores coming in now. So Big Game Night In is the brand that I've created to go along with Big Quiz Night In. To help promote and to sell my game that I've created, which is called Labyrinth of Snowstar. It's a little RPG game that you can print off and make at home and play along with your family. And it's been a lot of fun to put that together and a lot of fun to make. And it is for sale in my Etsy store now, in a new Etsy store that I've created. It's only about £3.60, including VAT. Download a PDF, print off the main portion of it, and then you're away. Dead easy. You just need to add dice to it, really. And so, do have a look. The link's in the description. See what you think. I'll show you in a moment what it looks like. Diva says 21 points. Good score. Paranurse have got 23. 18 points for me tonight, Jan says. 33 out of 37 for Kings and Queens. Woomph. Yeah, good score. 25 for Tracy. That is not bad. G-Force have got 30. Half a dozen have got 29. Devises Topic have got 35. Wowzers. Not bad, considering it's just the two of you. Not bad at all. That might be a winning score. Solo Barking Dog, just Bill on his own tonight. Got 18. Yeah, Bill, we had Tony on last week on his own, and now we've got you on your own. Hopefully you can both join next week. James says on my own 28. A massive 32 for Blackpool Bar Stewards and 35 for Let's Get Quizzical. Any more scores, let me know. Drop them in the comments. There we go. Emma says 29 points. So far, 35, I think, is our leading score. Looks like we could have two teams on 35. 35 for Devises Topic and for Let's Get Quizzical. Excellent stuff. Great scores all around, guys. Yeah. So the game I made looks like this when you made it. You remember the old fortune tellers? Yeah? There's lots of different doors on it. And then you open it and close it based on the door that's chosen. And then inside are more doors and more doors. And behind that are different events that happen in the game. Could be traps, could be monsters, could be all sorts of things that the characters have to face along their journey. And yeah, the kids and I play tested it quite a lot and had a lot of fun with it. So if you or anyone you know might be interested in that kind of thing, a different kind of board game if you like, then do have a look at that link. It's in the description. Your next round, everybody, is a connections round. I don't know if we have Ed here, Ed and Amanda, normally in Back in Black. I threw this in there hoping that he would be joining, actually, because he reminded me that some of you really like these rounds. So we'll see how it goes. They're actually quite quick quiz rounds because there's only 10 questions to them. Only the 10 questions to them, but there is a catch to them. So I'm going to ask you 9 questions that are on seemingly random subjects. However, there's a common theme running through all the answers. So if you manage to answer all of them correctly, you might notice that one of the words in each of the answers all come from the same theme. And so, the idea is you get questions 1 through 9, general knowledge, and then question 10 is going to ask you what's the connection between them. And in theory, if you've got, a handful of them right so far, you might be able to get that. If you do get the connection right, you get 5, sorry, not 10 points. That would be insane. 5 points, which means you get 14 points in total. So 1 for each answer for 1 through 9, then a bonus 5 points if you can get the connection right. Chris says that's a cootie catcher. Cootie catcher? What? What do you mean a cootie catcher? Somebody called it that before? I've never heard of that. They are here masquerading as kings and queens. Ah, brilliant. Ah, there you go. Here's Ed. Thanks for getting in the comments, mate. Yes. And thank you for reminding me about connections rounds. I forgot I hadn't done one in a while. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do then. Round number 2. I don't understand. Why is it a cootie catcher? What? Only one person uses this, by the way, when you're playing the game. If you're seriously worried about germs, only one person uses this. Everybody else can watch. You don't share that around the players. the dungeon master, if you like, or the game master is the one that uses that. Ed looks very happy right now. Well, I certainly hope you are, mate. Thanks for the inspiration again. Here we go with question number 1 then in our connections round. Which heroic TV character did Lucy Lawless play on TV during the 1990s? The paper folding thing. Is that what some people called it? A cootie catcher? A cootie catcher. Why are they called that? I just know them as they're origami fortune tellers. I've never heard them called that before. I don't know. It must be a regional thing, surely. Never heard them called that around here. But anyway, the kids were really into playing with them as fortune teller things that you might have had on the school playground before, years gone by. Or perhaps in your homes, I don't know. And I've turned it into a RPG game. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, I've never heard them called that though. If you get the time, let me know in the comments why. That's interesting. Okay, number 2 then. Question number 2. What film was the first feature-length production to feature sound? What film was the first feature-length production to feature sound? Yeah, Americans would... I mean, if it's Cootie, I imagine it would be an American thing because that's their nickname for germs, isn't it? I've seen that in films and on TV growing up. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'll look it up afterwards. Don't worry about it. I don't want you to be taken away from the show. Definitely not. It's far more important you stay here. But, yeah, I can open it up and find out. Right, your next question is question number 3. Which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical has been running on the West End of London for the longest continuous time? Which Andrew Lloyd Webber musical has run on the West End of London for the longest continuous time? Yeah, you're right, you know. Yeah, why do they call it a cootie catcher? As well as being used to tell fortunes, these shapes may be used as a pincer to play act catching insects such as lice, hence the cootie catcher name. Ah, there you go. Definitely an American thing. That's why they call it that. Well, there you go. I've learned something new today as well. I might have to put that in as part of the description in my Etsy store. Just in case anybody else looking at it and wondering what an origami fortune teller is and they only know it as cootie catcher. Thank you for that. Okay, let's go back then to question number 4. In The Big Bang Theory, which character was Sheldon Cooper's favourite televised teacher as a child? This is, I think, quite a deep cut Big Bang Theory question. In The Big Bang Theory, which character was Sheldon Cooper's favourite televised teacher as a child? Only easy if you know the answer on that one. Mr. Trick here, I'm poured into my glass. There we go. Question number 5. Question 5. Who replaced Freddie Mercury as lead singer with Queen after appearing in the hit TV show American Idol? Who replaced Freddie Mercury as lead singer with Queen after appearing in the hit TV show American Idol? I mean, nobody could ever truly replace Freddie Mercury, but they've done pretty well, in fairness, to get this particular person. It was a good find. I can't think of anybody who would do a better job that's singing today and still have something of what Freddie had, I guess, but he's pretty unique. Nobody could ever truly replace him. I guess that's why it's Queen and this person when they perform live. It's not just Queen. He's always like an addition to the band's name on the card, if you like. Okay. Your next question is question number 6. Which communist revolutionary leader was murdered with an ice pick? Which communist revolutionary leader was murdered with an ice pick? Which communist revolutionary leader was murdered with an ice pick? Right, your next question, question number 7 now. Peter Quill is the leader of which Marvel Comics space-based superhero team? Peter Quill is the leader of which Marvel Comics space-based superhero team? Two more questions left in this round before I then ask you what the connection is. Worth a guess, because it's 5 points that's worth alone. Question number 8 for you now. Question 8. Which famous artist painted the Weeping Woman? Which famous artist painted the Weeping Woman? That's question number 8 in our connections round. Okay, question number 9. Which pop star saw red when she was 22 and experienced bad blood in the UK pop charts? Which pop star saw red when she was 22 and experienced bad blood in the UK pop charts? So that's question 9 then in our connections round. As I've said, question number 10 is simply going to ask you what is the connection between those answers. So does anybody need a question repeated of 1 through 9 now that we've got to the end of that round? Like I said, it is quite a quick round. So does anybody need a question repeated? I'll gladly go back over them if required. Let me know in the comments. And if not, we can then go through the answers and see how well you've done. 14 points in total this round is worth. So let's see how you did. Any repeats, let me know. I'll give you another minute. And then we'll move on, see how well you did. Okay. Jan has asked for number 6. So number 6 was, which communist revolutionary leader was murdered with an ice pick? Which communist revolutionary leader was murdered with an ice pick? One of the other things I wanted to talk about then, while I see if any more repeats come in and give you a bit of thinking time, was top fan badges. So I've been asked a few times now about how you get top fan badges, and sometimes what I say in my messages works, and sometimes for some reason doesn't. If you go onto the Big Quiz Night In Facebook page, not my page, not Chris Whitehead on Facebook, because I do post publicly there as well, but the Big Quiz Night In Facebook page that you're probably watching this on now, and go to any of my posts, including this, and you like, you comment, and or share, and you replied maybe to other people's comments, you like other people's comments, you engage in conversation, every week Facebook give people who do that the previous week a top fan badge if they deem you've done it enough. It is entirely up to Facebook. It is nothing to do with me. I wish it was. I've said that before, but it's not. But if you do get that badge, I can see you've got that badge because it comes up on my admin pages. And everybody else can see you've got the top fan badge. And what it also means is you can then get into the top fan Facebook group. In the Facebook group, you'll get early access to stuff. Not as early as the Patreons get early access to it, but early. You'll get. I'm going to post this picture now. I usually just post what the quiz rounds will be earlier in the day. I'm going to start posting this actual picture now, which I did today for the first time. See, some of you like that post, which is good. It's a bit more interesting than just seeing some text come up on screen. I think when you're scrolling through your phone, if that flags up, you'll pay attention to it more. So I'm going to use the image instead. Hope you guys appreciate that. So you get that in the top fan group. I post my little quiz there every day when I post it. It doesn't always get posted on the main Facebook page. So you will always get it in the top fan group ahead of anywhere else, other than Limor itself, of course. You get, what else you get? Well, you get conversation in general. People like to post other stuff in there themselves. I saw Jan post the other day. He finally got his Big Quiz Night In branded notebook sent all the way to Poland. Finally. And he posted about it there. It was much appreciated. I'm glad you got it. I was worried. But yes, as you said, it may have arrived earlier. You didn't know. All right, let's go through the answers anyway. That's top fan badges. You need to like, comment, and share stuff that is posted on the Big Quiz Night In page. Okay, that's how you do it. And once a week, they allocate those badges to people. If you ever lose the badge, if you don't get it back the following week, it's fine. Once you're in my top fan group, you're in. That's it. In that respect. So here we go with the answers then for that first round. Question 1, which heroic TV character did Lucy Lawless play on TV during the 1990s? That is Xena, Warrior Princess. Question 2, what film was the first feature-length production to feature sound? It is The Jazz Singer. Oh, Tony says that Devise's topic got 36 points. They missed the extra point for 2015. Okay, there you go. That's a great score. That means you technically won that round. Yes, so question 2 was The Jazz Singer. Question 3, the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical was The Phantom of the Opera. Question 4, in The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon Cooper's favourite televised teacher as a child was Professor Proton. Number 5, Freddie Mercury's replacement lead singer in Queen from American Idol is Adam Lambert. Question 6, the communist revolutionary leader murdered with an ice pick was Leon Trotsky. Number 7, Peter Quill is the leader of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 8, the famous artist that painted The Weeping Woman is Pablo Picasso. And number 9, the pop star that saw red when she was 22 and experienced bad blood in the UK pop charts was Taylor Swift. The connection between them all is car makes and models for 5 extra points, because for Xena Warrior Princess there is the Austin Princess. For the Jazz Singer there is the Honda Jazz. For the Phantom of the Opera there is the Rolls-Royce Phantom. For Professor Proton there is the Proton. For Adam Lambert there's the Vauxhall Adam, one of their most imaginary names. For Leon Trotsky, there is the Seat Leon. For Guardians of the Galaxy, there's the Ford Galaxy. For Pablo Picasso, there's the Citroen Picasso. And for Taylor Swift, there's the Suzuki Swift. So there you go. Let me know how well you did scores-wise in that round. 14 points in total. If you managed to get that connection as well, then you would have been boosted up by 5 extra points for question 10. How did you get on? Let me know in the comments. Whilst you do that, I'm going to set this up so we can have some of the nice sound effects. There we go. Right, that's setting up. Awful. It's like a cryptic crossword. This is one of those rounds you either do all right in or you're really struggling. Yeah. You don't have to put your scores in, of course, if you don't want to. Tracy says 11, thanks to my other half getting the connection. Yeah, see, 5 bonus points if you struggle with some of the others and you manage to get that right. But Tracy didn't have a clue. Devise's topic awful, 4 points. Eric says Blackpool Bar Stewards were 8 points. Diva says 7, I didn't get the connection. Oh, you were so close, though, with that many answers. 10 for Emma, well done. G for 6 points, 7 points for Jan, completely didn't get the connection. 9 out of 14 for Kings and Queens, excluding me because I'm thick, says Andy. Junior says minus 20. If was just me, but thanks to the team we got 10. Oh, okay, if it was just you. 10 points, okay, well done. I think then 10 points, 11 points. Tracy, it looked like, we'll see what any of the other ones come in. On my own, Showing Nerves of Steel got 12 points. Oh, I was about to say, Tracy, it looked like you may have won that, but James has taken the lead with 12. Oh, Bill's only got the 1 point on his own, and Amanda got the connection before me, Ed says. Gutted. Oh, mate, that's okay. I'm glad you enjoyed it, though. It's a good round, I think. But yeah, some of them can be particularly tricky. So when there's only 10 questions like that, it can get pretty tough. But well done, guys. Good effort all round, I think. And that is a connections round for you. Right, let's do the next round then, which is... I'm not on this yet. Let me just get this working. My little Bluetooth speaker. See if it's going to play ball tonight. The next round is Family Fortunes. And we're going to do 10 questions in this round. And let's see if this is going to play ball tonight. Well, that's pretty loud. That's not connected though, so we won't bother with that. Okay, so, hated it, Bill says. Yeah, it's a Marmite round, isn't it? You either love it or you hate it. All right, we're going to do 10 questions in our survey says. These are Family Fortune style questions, and I have the top 5 answers from a survey done. So all you need to do when I ask the question is work out what you think the top answer was from the survey. So for each of the 10, just try and guess what the top answer is. If you get the top answer, you get 5 points. Running down through the scores. Oh, it's gone away again. There we go. Running down through the scores, 4, 3, 2, and 1 point if you get the least popular answer of the top 5. If you guess an answer and it's not there and it's not one of the top 5, you get nothing for that question. Okay? But there's still 10 questions to go through. There's only 10 because it takes a while to go through the answers. So we just do 10 questions on these rounds. So, James says it's very catchy. Oh, Nerves of Steel is the latest Erasure song. Oh, okay. I knew there'd be something. I knew you'd mention something if you joined us. I said just before you came in the room, I said, I wonder if he's got any of the latest Erasure news for us. So there you go. There's the Erasure update. Nerves of Steel is the latest song. Okay then, guys. Here we go then with question number 1 in our survey says round. Remember to just write these down. Don't put them in the comments. Name a bad place to fall asleep. Name a bad place to fall asleep. What could be the top answer for our survey in that question? Name a bad place to fall asleep. That is question number 1. 5 points if you get the top answer. Don't put your answers in the comments. Make a note of them. We'll go through the answers at the end of the round as always. Name a bad place to fall asleep. Okay. Question number 2. Name a creature that couldn't fit in a Mini. Name a creature that couldn't fit in a Mini. Harking back to our previous round about vehicles there. But name a creature that couldn't fit in a Mini. Question number 3. Name a band that begins with the word black. Name a band that begins with the word black. A band that begins with the word black for question 3. Question number 4. Name a TV singing competition. Name a TV singing competition. What could be the top answer from our survey for naming a TV singing competition? Andy's saying, erasure. Yeah, it just, to be honest, now more than ever, it just reminds me of Keep Calm and Listen In. I have missed it. He's only doing the shows on the weekends now. He's back at work because the schools have gone back. So I'm yet to see when the next show is. But it is going to be tough with what I spoke about at the start of the show. about music and broadcasting over Facebook Live. All those rules clamping down, it's going to be tough for him. But hopefully this new Mixcloud solution will work out. We'll see. They will always feature when I'm on. Yes, that's fine, James. Yeah, always look forward to an Erasure update, mate. I like it. It's becoming its own thing. Yeah, Andy will miss Keep Calm listening as well. Yeah. So for question 5, speaking of music though, again, name a hit song by Steps. Name a hit song by Steps. What could possibly be the top answer to the survey? Name a hit song by Steps. That's something else I was going to say then. It's totally escaped me. We shall see. It will come back to me. Oh, Jan says about Queen and Adam Lambert, he recommends checking out Mark Martel and his audition for Somebody to Love. Wow, okay, cool. Tracy says a new Steps tour was announced today. Steps tour? Oh my goodness. With all of them? The original, was it 5 of them? I think it was 5 of them, wasn't it? Yeah, I want to say 5. Andy says I had quite a crush on Faye from Steps. Fair play. I think it's kind of like every kind of, I don't know, girl or boy band, depending on what your fancy is, or any of those bands. Growing up, you always seem to have your favourites, don't you? Yeah. Wow, with all of them back together. Goodness me. Mark Martel is incredible. Bohemian Rhapsody in one take. Really? Okay, I definitely need to check that out then. Definitely. All right, your next question. Question number 6. Name a garden pest. Name a garden pest. Oh, there's 2 on this list of answers that are real pests in our garden as well. In fact, I would say 3 of them. 2 of which we can do more about than the other. Talk more about that when I go through the answers, I guess. But yes, for question 6, name a garden pest. I should look up and see if we've got any survey questions about erasure and include them next time for you, James. I think that'll be quite fun. See what the top answers were from erasure-based Our Survey Says kind of questions. James says Lisa Scott Lee was nice as well. Nicholas said we both just said the kids. The garden pest. It's funny, but I'll tell you now for nothing, it's not there. Although, yeah, some could agree. Ours are alright, though. Ours are alright in the garden, generally. We've got a trampoline and some other bits and pieces there, so they keep themselves occupied. They don't wreck it. Sorry to hear yours aren't quite like that. Yes, James, I will. I'll look into it. I'll see if we've got any results along those lines for you. Matthew says don't feed his addiction. Well, he's going to be here anyway. So it's not like anything bad's going to happen. It's not going to get worse because I include an erasure question in this kind of round. It's a healthy addiction and perfectly harmless. Exactly, James. Yeah, you're allowed. Yes, Nicola, it was a good guess. Okay, question number 7. I lose track where I was. I think I'm on number 7 now. Yeah. Question number 7. Name a famous Willy. Why are you all laughing when I say that? Name a famous Willy. Real or fictional? Name a famous Willy. Yeah, famous last words, isn't it, Matthew? What could possibly go wrong? Just announce that there's an Erasure question, and suddenly the entire Erasure fan club on Facebook has swamped to my quiz night to answer it. I don't know, it wouldn't do me bad having the ratings boost. Yeah, I'll see if I can find one for you. There must be more. We must have more. If we've got a Steps one, pretty sure we'll have an Erasure one too, surely. Right, question number 8 now. Well, again, speaking of music, we're back on music again. Name a hit song by Genesis. Okay, I definitely think we'll have an Erasure one somewhere now. Name a hit song by Genesis. I am distraught that my favourite, if I'm allowed to have a favourite Genesis song, is not in this list. I'm quite disappointed in that, but it's my favourite. Yes, Tony, fictional. Yeah, when I said number 7, name a famous Willie, I did say real or fictional people or characters, either or. Tracy says, I feel the need to share with the group. I'm a huge rock music fan, but I went to see Steps a couple of years ago with the girls from work. Venga Boys were supporting, and it was a brilliant night. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge rock fan too, but I've been to see some acts and just for the crack, really. I don't know. Who have I seen? Now I've said that. I went to the album chart show recording. God, when was that? Must be about 16 years ago. And yeah, album chart show. So Sarah Cox was hosting it, and the Sugar Babes were the main act. And it was in like a theatre, like with all the seats taken out. I can't remember what venue it was, somewhere in London. And yeah, Sugar Babes were the main act. They're very good. They're very good. Nicola's replying saying, I miss those girls. Fair play. All right, question number 9 now. Slightly more somber subject. Name a method of execution. Name a method of execution for question number 9. And question number 10 then, the final question in this round, our survey says round. Name an instrument you could play in the bath. Name an instrument you could play in the bath. I mean, you probably wouldn't, but name an instrument you could play in the bath. Does anybody need a question repeated? Let me know in the comments again. I'd like to remind you all at this time that we are going to be sharing a pitch around, which will be in the Big Quiz Night In group. The page. So keep an eye out for that. As it says up here, it is famous TV faces. So lots of random people from TV. I think it's named the character in the show, maybe? Let me just check that before I confirm. Yes, character and the show they're from. Okay, and the show that picture's taken from, I guess, in case there's any problems with that. Excuse me. So you are going to get that, and I'll be sharing that as soon after as I can. No, Jan, not bath as in the city. Name an instrument you could literally play whilst having a bath in the bathtub. That is literally what the question means. Not bath with a capital B, no. Diva says, can you do 1 and 2? Yes. So number 1 was name a bad place to fall asleep. And number 2 was name a creature that can't fit in a mini. Name a creature that can't fit in a mini. That's number 2. And a bad place to fall asleep is number 1. Just thinking about Limor actually, because Diva's just commented and she's one of my Limor followers and Patreon members. So with regards to Limor, today's little quiz, if you're interested and haven't seen it yet, is all about Nintendo and Super Nintendo. So if you like that, do check it out. I shared that on the page and in the Top Fan group and on Twitter. It was quite fun reminiscing and finding good subjects to do questions about on the little quiz there. So do check that out if you haven't already. Give it a listen. Really laughing out loud at the last question, Andy says. I imagine some of you would be, yeah. Wait till you hear the answers. It's ridiculous. I mean, it makes sense, but at the same time, it's so funny to think about. Okay. Jan says number 5. Okay, so name a hit song by Steps is number 5. And yeah, Diva, sorry if Nintendo's not really your bag. I've got a habit of finding things you're not sure about. You did well yesterday, though, didn't you? I mean, you got the director right, even though you weren't sure on the film. I played the audio from a movie trailer, which obviously doesn't give away the name of the movie in the trailer. And so you have to listen to the trailer and think about what film it is, guess the film, and also, for a bonus point, guess the director of the film. And Diva managed to guess the director correctly based on the kind of movie she thought she was listening to, but she didn't know the film. But it was very logical thinking how you worked that out, and you were absolutely right there. So yeah, lots of different kind of quiz rounds I've done this season on the little quiz. It's good fun. I always learn something from the little quiz answers. Yes, good. And sometimes I learn quite a lot as well, because sometimes it's stuff that I don't know, but I need to do questions about it, because obviously Patreons can request their own. Anybody else need a repeat on that round? Because I'll go through the answers. If not, let me know. Last chance for repeats on that round, and we'll go through them. By the way, if any of you are Patreons at the Top Fan Plus or Super Fan level, please let me know what questions you would like in future quiz rounds this month, because you're entitled to them again now. Top Fan Plus, you get to have your own sponsored question, so let me know what you'd like. And Super Fans get their own quiz round. And I think we've only got, we've got 2 more Tuesday night quizzes this month before we're back onto the Patreon quiz on the 29th. So let me know if you want a quiz round this month. You don't have to have one, but you are entitled to it if you want it. So do message me and let me know. If you want a question or a round, I can add them in for you over the next 2 quizzes. No problem whatsoever. You get your shout out in the in the description of every quiz as well. If you look in the description, my executive producers and producers, depending on what level you're at, have got their shout outs in the description of every live quiz I do now, as a special thank you for helping me bring this to the people, the good people watching now. With that said, let's go through the answers for that round. So I'll read out the question and then I'll say the answers, starting with the lowest scoring answer of 1 point up to the top answer scoring 5 points. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Depending on where your answer fell, that gives you the amount of points you scored for that question. Tracy says, I forgot to look up the answer to that. I'll have a look when we're finished. Yeah, I was very careful not to tell you what the answer was then, just in case people wanted to listen to it fresh and not be spoiled in any way. So please do. Okay. So here we go. Question number 1 in that round. Name a bad place to fall asleep. So we have in a bed shop, at a party, that's 2 points for at a party, in class for 3 points, at work for 4 points, and the top answer was whilst driving. Yeah, you do not want to do that. Have you ever done that thing? If you're a driver, it's horrible. I've only done it once, where you have like a micro sleep. You've got up too early, or you stayed up too late, or whatever it is, and you go like that, and you sleep for half a second. It is the scariest thing, and I've never let it happen again, I tell you. Goodness me, horrible. Anyway, yeah, don't do that, folks. Question 2. Name a creature that you can't fit in a mini. 1 point for a Shire horse, then a polar bear, a whale, an elephant, and for 5 points, the top answer was a giraffe. Number 3, name a band that begins with the word black. We have Blackstreet, Black Grape, Black Lace, Black Box, and the top answer is Black Sabbath. Jan says driving a bulldozer. Yeah, driving anything would be the top answer. So yes, driving a bulldozer, you can have the 5 points. Number 4, name a TV singing competition. Don't specify the country, by the way, in that one. So 1 point for American Idol, then Pop Idol, then The Voice. 4 points for X Factor, and the top answer, Eurovision Song Contest. Tracy happy there that Black Sabbath was the top answer. Of course it was. Right, question 5. Name a hit song by Steps. We have Heartbeat, Better Best Forgotten for 2 points, 5, 6, 7, 8 for 3 points, Stomp for 4, and the top answer was their cover of Tragedy. Question 6, name a garden pest. We have cats for 1 point. Cats, our neighbour's cats, always trying to mess in our garden. Oh, it does my head in. Moles for 2 points. Ants for 3. Yeah, ants is the other one we need to get rid of. We just bought some traps today. Random segue. Slugs for 4 points. And the top answer, green fly. No, Jan, Black Eyed Peas were not there. They were not there for that one. Don't know why. Not there. Maybe they were like the 6th most popular answer, or just, I don't know, not there. Question number 7, name a famous Willy. We have Willy Wonka for 1 point, Wee Willy Winky for 2, Boxcar Willy for 3, Willie Rushton for 4, and the top answer was Willie Nelson. Of course. Jan says Steps is completely unknown in Poland. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, I would say look them up, you're missing out. I mean, it depends if you like your 90s pop music, I guess. Snails equals slugs, yes? No. No, Diva. I'm afraid if you put snails, it's not there. Snails are not just slugs with little houses on their backs. Yeah. Sorry, can't have the points for that one. Okay, your next question, though. Name a hit song by Genesis. Turn It On Again for 1 point. Mama for 2. I Can't Dance for 3. Follow You for 4. And the top answer was Invisible Touch. Now, here's the problem with that. Jesus He Knows Me is the best song by Genesis. I will not hear an argument against that. It's brilliant. Jesus He Knows Me. If you don't know that song by Genesis, look it up. I have very nostalgic love for that one. Long story behind that, but anyway, I do. And to see it not in the top 5 makes me sad. Anyway, that's me. Number 9, name a method of injection. Excuse me. Name a method of execution. Let's get it right. Number 9. We have a firing squad for 1 point. The gas chamber for 2. Beheading or a guillotine for 3. Hanging for 4. And the top answer was the lethal injection. Diva's laughing at me now. Anna says it's a tragedy. Yes, it is. Jan says no, it's not. Home by the Sea is better. Nah. Absolutely, Jesus Who Knows Me is brilliant, Andy says. Devises topic, first band I ever saw, 1973. There you go. Awesome. Okay, your final question in this round was name an instrument you can play in the bath. 1 point for a violin. 2 points for, genuinely, 2 points for your maracas. 3 points for a kazoo. 4 points for a ukulele. And the top answer was a harmonica. Now, Bill, if you didn't put harmonica as your answer for this one, I'm going to be most disappointed in you, since you literally are an expert harmonica player and you play harmonica in a band, or at least did before lockdown and stuff. So yeah, I hope you managed to work that one out and being a good answer, because it's the top answer. There we go. So tally up your scores. 5 points if you got a top answer, remember. Let's see how well you did. Picture round are going to be shared soon. Picture round is all about famous TV faces. Let me know in the comments. Do share it, like it. Again, if you want a top fan badge, that is another post where you can comment and get involved in the conversation. Top fan badges are normally assigned across Wednesday and Thursdays, I think. So there's still time if you want to try and get one this week. Keep commenting and liking on this video as well, as we see what the scores were for that one. If you're a Patreon, remember to tell me what sponsored questions and what sponsored quiz rounds you like. If you're owed a little quiz because of your Patreon membership as well, you'll get your own little quiz subjects again this month. So again, just keep in touch. Let me know what you want, because it's easier for me to do little quizzes for you than it is to come up with stuff out of nothing when I don't have any inspiration from you lovely Patreon members. So yeah, scores are coming in. This is good. Let's see how well you did. Everybody, keep those coming in, and let's see. Yes, I think that's about it. All the links you need for everything I do now are in the descriptions of all the videos. I'm slowly moving everything over to YouTube as well, so if you're on YouTube, you want to go back and watch some of the old quizzes, give it some love over on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, because in the future I want to be doing more over there. So if you're on YouTube, it means it costs you nothing to go and subscribe on the channel. Again, the only things that will be there for now are copies of these videos, but it just means a lot to me that you would subscribe there. For in the future there'll be more on that side than I think on Facebook, but that's the future. So I just want to build up the following on there before that really kicks off later on. So let's have a look at your scores. Bill says, I play in the bath. Do you play harmonica in the bath? That's pretty cool if you do. I bet you got the points then, didn't you? Devises topic, 35 points. Andy says, not a flute then. We had them all. A lucky 44 for Blackpool Bar Stewards. Yes, Bill, you did get it. Well done. You did get the points there. Good man. Let me see. Surprisingly, we got no points for number 10. Oh, no. Really? 22 points for Diva. 35 for Paranurse. G-Force have got 39 points. Oops, now 37 points, Anna says. Total score 29 points for Tracy. Well done. Jan says 29 points as well. Andy says 37 out of 50 for Kings and Queens. We should have an extra 5 for double bass. LOL. I don't think you could play that in the bath properly, could you? James says, on my own, showing nerves of steel once more. 47 points. Nicola's got 28 for Let's Get Quizzical, and Martin has used his golden ticket. He says thank you. Oh, yes, Beer 52. That's the other thing I needed to say. I've got Beer 52 vouchers. If you want a free crate of craft beer from Beer 52, free delivery as well, let me know. I've got 2 left. Patreons had early access, then top fans had access after that, and then it's basically up for grabs to anybody. I had 5. I've now got 2 left. So let me know, please, if you'd like a free crate of beer. No obligation to keep a subscription going with them or anything like that. You can cancel after if you don't like it. I've been a member of theirs for a long time, so I get lots of golden tickets to give you free beer. So yeah, the only thing I get for it, by the way, to full disclosure, is I get loyalty points. I don't get any money for it or anything. I just get loyalty points that I can eventually spend in store, but it's not much. That's all it is. I just like to give back when I can. Solo harmonica playing dog, a fairly respectable 36 points. That is very respectable. Tonight's topics say booby bongos and penis panpipes. No. Anna says, thanks, Chris. Off to watch All Creatures Great and Small. Love it. New series. I'll fair play. You go enjoy yourselves the rest of your evening. Then 41 for half a dozen. Thanks, Chris, says Junior and a half a dozen team. Thanks, Chris. Night, everyone. Blackpool Bar Stewards are signing off as well, guys. It's been a pleasure as always. I'm back next week, remember. Check out all the links to support me however you feel you want to, either on Patreon or buy me a coffee, as linked to here. That would be much appreciated. The charity as well, Secret Santa 365. Do check them out and support them if you can. They're doing a lot of work with their Christmas. Christmas is coming for them in particular now, so they're doing a lot of work there. They will always need some support and help, so do have a look at them. Link in the description. And yeah, my Etsy store for my game, if you want to get involved. If you know anybody you could buy that for as a gift, you're more than welcome to do that. £3.60 for a full RPG game. Lots of fun for kids and all the family indeed. All linked in the description. Pitch around will be shared very soon as well. Everybody's saying thank you. It's great to see you all. Please do spread the word. Let's get a few more people watching next week. I think we need to break some higher numbers, so that'll be good to get that going on Tuesdays properly now. Third week will be next week. Episode 40 is in the bag. Andy says, brilliant, Chris, and the best question ever at the end there. Good night to you all. Take care. Thanks for watching along. Stay safe, and I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers.